Good morning and welcome to Leadership Tip Tuesday with Coach Ellis. Hey, look, this is the day I spend just a few minutes talking to emerging, existing, and exiting leaders about leadership principles. And it doesn't matter whether you are the leader of a major corporation or a small nonprofit, a big church, or just in your home. Leadership principles are pretty much the same. So let me first of all start by saying the last time I was with you, I talked about doing the little things right. And and so somebody said, "Hey, Coach, your video was all fuzzy and smudgy." I said, "Yeah, I thought it was just my glasses and maybe there's a crack in my screen." And when I really went and looked at it, yeah, I didn't wipe off the camera, so it didn't get a good look. So that goes so that even though we're talking about these principles, sometimes we all need to be reminded it's the little things that make a big difference. Today, I want to talk to you about leading through crisis. I have seen the disturbing videos for the last few weeks about what happened in Philadelphia at Starbucks, what happened in Mobile, Alabama at Waffle House, what happened in Tennessee at Waffle House, and I have been stunned by leadership, by the differences in leadership. So let's talk real quickly about how to lead through crisis, an example of what to do, an example of what not to do. First of all, let's take a look at what happened in Philadelphia in Starbucks. And when the two gentlemen were in Starbucks and they were arrested for loitering, the CEO of Starbucks came on within hours with a social media blitz saying, "This is not Starbucks." And this gives us an opportunity to relook our policies, our procedures, because this was never the intent of what we do. And then he personally flew out to Philadelphia to meet with the men who were involved, to meet with the store. And he had a dialogue with those gentlemen. Then they decided they're going to close their 8,000 stores across the country on May 29th to have a day where every employee is required to be there to have a talk about how to treat customers, cultural sensitivities, and he's going to lose tens of millions of dollars in resources and in sales to ensure that his force gets the message on how important treating people with dignity and respect truly is. For that, I am blown away. That's how you respond to a crisis in your company. It does not matter what the bottom line is if we don't treat people right. So we're going to call a stop to everything. Everybody will be in this training. We're bringing in people from all over the country. I'm going to have this conversation about how to treat people with dignity and respect. And he made that statement without coordinating, without asking for permission, without giving anybody a heads up. He said very quickly, "We're going to do this." Now let's go on the flip side of Waffle House. Waffle House, who had two incidences in the past week, a shooter in Tennessee and a disorderly customer, an alleged disorderly customer down in the Mobile area. In both instances, Waffle House waited days before making statements, and then they were written statements. They weren't social media statements. They were written statements. They essentially said, "Hey, in the Mobile incident, the police are doing an investigation. We'll wait till the investigation is complete." In other words, passing the buck for how we treat customers onto the police. In both cases, the police were called. The police responded as is their policies. Any issues we have with the police is different than our issues we have with those two service providers. So, as leaders, the lessons we learn is this: when it comes to handling people, we must have people first, then our procedures, then our policies. And we must respond publicly when things are done privately and publicly on our behalf. You never have to admit that your folks are wrong if they're not wrong, but you do have to be sensitive to the people around you. Doesn't matter what your business is, what your industry is, what your organization is. People matter. And if we have any leadership tip that's going to count for anything, is that people above all. Our policies and procedures are there to help us make money. I got it. But if we don't treat people well, we don't treat them right, it doesn't matter how much money we get. Blood money, tainted money, is not good money. Hey, that's just my opinion. I'm Coach Ellis. If you got questions, comments, or ideas, hit me up at coach@elliscrum.net or catch me at Coach Ellis on Facebook. Until next Tuesday, have a one-tabulous Leadership Tip Tuesday. God bless you.